Welcome to the new and improved CAIR Andros. My name is Apollo and I will be narrating you throughout this entire battle. This new modded city is for 3rd Age Reforged, and today we have a 4 vs 4 siege battle. Now I highly recommend you bring some snacks and drinks and you sit somewhere comfortable because this is a long one. Maybe get some freshly baked chocolate chip cookies and a side of whole milk. Now to show you around the city, we will start with the inner defenses. This is pretty much where all the civilians run to for safety. You've got a nice wall that leads to the town center. So basically it looks the same compared to the original CAIR Andros. Now there is a little hidden passage where the attackers can drop off some troops from ships. This is basically a deployment zone, and they can land some small special ops forces, though I don't recommend you do that because they can easily get focused down by the defenders. Now on the outer perimeter of the inner defenses, we have the city. This is where the civilians live. This is where the baker lives and the blacksmith. There's a lot of great pathways you can take. It's going to be great for urban warfare. Finally, we will move on to the southern side of the city, where on both sides, east and west, we have a long bridge where the attackers can cross. There is also a land bridge, a ford, that is very hidden, but the attackers can use it to cross and surprise the defending forces. Now, if we look at the alliances of the battle, they don't make a whole lot of sense. They're not lore friendly. You've got good and evil working together, but nonetheless, that's what makes it fun. Let's start with the defenders. We have Dol Amroth, commanded by Mad Commander. He's got a great army of heavy infantry archers ready to fight to the last. Up next, we have the orcs of the Misty Mountains, commanded by yours truly. My army is pretty much a professional cannon fodder. Can't wait to watch him die. Up next, we have Harad, commanded by Monster. He's got a solid force of infantry, also bringing some cav, which will be very important in the inner streets of CAIR Andros. And finally, we have the Stubborn Dwarves, commanded by Fish. Great heavy infantry, really solid force. Now for the attackers on the western side of the river, we have Rune, commanded by Apollo 11. Great name there. He's got a lot of golden boys ready to cross the bridge and sack the city. Now also with Rune, we have Gondor, commanded by Recrius. He has a great force. Gondor very balanced in every category: infantry, cav, archers, and artillery. Now moving on to the eastern side of the river, we have the Orcs of Gundabad, commanded by WK. Now the Orcs of Gundabad have very solid infantry, that is for orcs, and they are going to be very difficult to fight. And with the Orcs of Gundabad, we have the Kingdom of Arnor, commanded by Zach Almighty. He's going to rely heavily on his siege equipment to soften up the defenders, and of course send in the heavy infantry to clean up the mess. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So the battle actually begins at this little it's not a beach landing, it's like a secret little landing that the attackers are taking advantage of. I really like the idea of being able to deploy on these ships and attack over here, but the thing about it is that if you have any troops on this ship, they're just gonna get focused down by the defenders because it's gonna take way too long. If you look on the minimap, it's gonna take way too long for the attackers, the rest of the forces, to get over there and support them. And these guys were hidden. They just now revealed themselves. The only reason we knew they were over here was because of the minimap. Look at this. If you zoom in, it gives away their position. So the player was like, what the heck? How did you know? Well, blame the minimap, because that's what gave it away. So what I decided to do is send over some mountain orc berserkers to charge in first. They're not super expensive. They're about 400 gold, so it's not too bad. And then also we have Monster. He's also sending over a small vanguard force of Southron Warband and some archers. So we're not sending over the most professional of troops, but we don't really need to. We're just going to use our numbers here quickly before the rest of the attacking forces attack us. Now, this is a very long siege battle, which I'm sure you've already have noticed by looking at the timer or just how long the video is. So there's going to be some major cuts. After this little phase, there's a lot of marching around, so just letting you know, get ready. Not that you need to like be mentally prepared for cuts, but I don't know, it's just something I'm gonna bring up. So the orc berserkers are doing quite well, but they're starting to face the Dunedain troll slayers. These guys are very deadly. Now, this isn't a huge loss for the attackers because it's only 2 units, and one of those units are hobbit archers. So, yeah, it's not a big deal. But, you know, the troll slayers are actually very expensive, and they're also an archer unit. And the fact that we charged in infantry right away, it took away the versatileness of that unit. So it can't sit back and use its arrows. It's now going to have to fight in melee. So this unit potentially could have gotten more kills, but instead we're ambushing them and making their little naval landing here a complete failure. Unfortunate for them. And also, yeah, look at this. We got some magic orcs who can hover over the water. Fantastic. Wonderful. Oh, they can walk on water. We got Jesus orcs ready to fight. I do love the human skulls on the helmets. That's actually really intimidating. Like, could you imagine being a human and seeing, you know, human skulls on orcs? That would be very traumatizing. But yeah, thanks to the archers, we are taking friendly fire. But again, it's not a big deal. These orc berserkers are not too expensive. But they are doing a good job of just keeping the Dunedain troll slayers in place. Also, same thing with the Southron warband, keeping them in place. The hobbit archers are trying to stay back, but we got a lone. Oh, he got killed by a hobbit. Unfortunate. A very grim day for him. All right, so yeah, more hobbits charging into the front line. So he's just sending up more troops, and the archers continue to let loose their arrows. So very nice early start to this battle indeed. So really great stuff here. So as that's going on, we do have some troop movement, nothing too crazy. We have the forces of Gundabad who are crossing the river, and they are going to feel the wrath of the dwarves. So mostly Jackfish defending here. I do have some archers set by, ready to fire, just waiting for them to get a little bit closer. Also on the other bridge, nothing yet. So you can see it's taking these armies quite some time to get over and support their naval assault, which is like failing greatly. So yeah, we'll just head back over here to the juicy fighting. And you know, the Dunedain troll slayers, they're doing pretty good. Like, look at, they were greatly outnumbered, but they chewed up most of my mountain orc berserkers. Now, to be fair, there was some friendly fire going on. Not that I really cared, I was just like, whatever. We killed some Dunedain troll slayers. It's worth it. They're very expensive, and that's one less professional unit we're gonna have to worry about. I think we've slaughtered all the hobbits. Oh no, there's a couple in there getting slaughtered. But yeah, the hobbits are pretty much dead on this boat, and we can just light these boats on fire and make sure this doesn't ever happen again. How dare they try to go up the river or down the river, wherever they're attacking from, and attack this city. It's actually pretty cool. I really like that. It's just, they should probably have a rule where you can't attack the ships until much later. So J-Monster actually leaving with his pikes. I think he's just resting them up a little bit, just giving them some time. I'm just gonna leave my, I don't really care about the orc berserkers. You know, they have families and stuff, but you know, screw them, they're orcs. I don't really care. I mean, again, my army's just kind of here to take arrows. Like, take arrows and slow down troops so, you know, my allies can fire arrows into the fight, and yeah. The orcs of Misty Mountains are not exactly great. They're not exactly the strongest faction in 3rd Age Reforged. I could be mistaken though, I'm no expert in this mod, but from what I've noticed, their units don't really stack up that well compared to like Gundabad and Mordor. So I think his spears are just resting up, and the archer fire is going to continue to let loose here. And the orcs are going to swing their great axes, and I think we're going to win this one. It's still very close. My orcs could potentially lose, but even if they do, the Dunedain Troll Slayers are so weak that they're not really a threat anymore. And just the carnage on this boat, very nice. So I think this map was created by WK. He's the player leading Gundabad. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure this is his map. That or it's Kuru Guru-chan. I'm sure I'll be corrected in the comments, but yeah, nonetheless, it's a great map. Really cool. We've got a lone, look at this. We got a rogue Dunedain Troll Slayer leaving his group just to go. He's like, you know what grinds my gears? The damn South-Run Warband. How dare they sit back there and stare at us? I'm gonna charge over there and try to kill them all. He did kill one of them. Make that two of them. So he's on a rampage, and these South-Run Warband are just kind of like, what do we do here, boss? What's going on? All they have to do is just, you know, 3 guys just stab them, take them out. It's that easy. But I think, yeah, there we go. We're victorious. I've got four Mountain Orc Berserkers left. And what's left of the Troll Slayers is just a lone man. They did kill that one who went rogue. And that was like his brother. He's like, no, brother. And they died together. So this is where the battle starts to slow down as the main forces prepare their bridge assault. So we will fast forward and get us to the more juicier parts of the battle. Okay, so welcome back, and we have our first infantry engagement. Rune is actually setting up a siege tower being pushed by the clansmen, and they are pushing, look at this is ridiculous, pushing, so like this is insanely ridiculous. They push through halberdiers who are in a phalanx formation, and then they're pushing through some Dol Amroth Swords militia, and they got through. They got through with the siege equipment. This actually might be a very valid strategy for breaking through very defensive locations of, you know, like phalanx formation, shield wall, stuff like that. The rest of the clansmen are not breaking through though. So yeah, these guys are gonna just get chewed up here. You got 3 men who are just like so stubborn. They're like, we're not gonna stop pushing the siege tower, not today. So while that's going on, more and more infantry starting to cross. Over on the other side, you can see that finally Gundabad is moving over their armies. We just realized, oh, good hit on these dwarves, taking out about 10-15 Ironfoot warriors. So we just realized that you can actually cross. We actually didn't know that you could use this as a land bridge. So we were quite surprised, and we were quickly sending over forces to put up a some kind of defense. Oh, artillery going for this huge grouping of orc fellers and Rudar savages. But this is definitely the weaker part of the Gundabadian army. Gundabadian, is that a thing? But yeah, they're crossing, and they're gonna fight a very angry group of dwarves who just lost a lot of their comrades to some artillery fire. So they're gonna form a shield wall. We do have a lot of supporting units like South-Run archers supporting the dwarven position. We also have more Ironfoot warriors coming over this way to support this line. We actually have the dwarves charging downhill, ready to embrace Gundabad in this battle. So nice little matchup here. Look at this, just epic scenery right now. This is so cool. The siege tower back there. I think they're also, yep, they're also crossing the bridge. That kind of caught us by surprise. You can see we're not exactly in a great position here. Jackie Fish trying to close in using his halberds, which will put up an excellent fight. Artillery hitting the siege equipment, bringing that down. Let's go over to the other side. Let's see what's happening here. Rune is still just going in alone. This is very odd. Rune going in with some clansmen, but that's it. No forces marching across the bridge. I think just now they are marching across the land bridge over on the other side. We got some Gondor Citadel archers who can really, well, they can put some holes in the enemy, and that's what they're gonna do. Supporting Gondor, we've got Rune's infantry. So yeah, we also have a force headed over this way, which is excellent. Look how cool. Look at CAIR Andros. I mean, this is the true, like this, it looks awesome. It looks great. It's fantastic. So let's head back here where the dwarves are still putting up a good fight. They can easily hold this bridge. They've got plenty of numbers. Back over here though, look at this. The orcs are just using sheer numbers to overwhelm the dwarven position. They found a little gap, and they're going to storm in some goblin infantry. It could be worse. I mean, it's just goblin infantry, but I have my goblin infantry. Wait, yeah. No, wait, that was my goblin infantry. Okay, I'm an idiot. That was not his goblin infantry. That was my goblin infantry. That's one of the problems of having two orc factions on opposite teams. But I was going to stop him, and then he's going to charge in his Rudar savages. Thankfully, my goblin infantry is here to slow him down and protect the flank of the dwarves. The dwarves, though, they're struggling. Maybe it's because they're fighting in water. I don't really know, but they are struggling against these orc fellers and the Rudar savages with their great axes. Let's head over to the other side where Dol Amroth is quickly setting up a nice defense. You can see his soldiers here. This looks so cool too. I love those shields. Very awesome. Got the background of the bridge there. They're getting hit hard with arrows. He's going to form shield wall formation. I think honestly he should just get his men out of there, but he does need to prepare the defenses for the infantry that will be storming across very soon, very quickly. So yeah, we got two lines of Dol Amroth, and we do have some archers, some Dol Amroth archers supporting this front. I think I am sending over some infantry and archers towards that direction, just not yet. More artillery fire trying to bring down the defenses over here, getting some hits on these militia troop, but yeah, the halberds still hold strong. Look at the death. I mean, the halberds are going to be feeling pretty good. I mean, the smells they're smelling are not good, but the feelings are like, yes, we held. Yeah, that's the correct. Anyways, back this way, where this really juicy fight is still going on. I love it. This was a great part of the battle. I really enjoyed this one. But now we're starting to get more elite troops crossing the land bridge. And, you know, the crappier troops, the lower quality troops, like the Rudar savages and the goblin infantry and stuff, or, you know, the orc fellers, they were doing pretty good. They were doing really good. So now that he's sending up more elite, like pikemen, this is going to be trouble. This is going to be some major trouble. My orcs are reforming. They're ready to face these pikes. I was hoping to charge the pikes before they formed pike formation, but unfortunately he was able to get his pikes down, and the dwarves are holding on by a thread over here. And I think he is sending over more reinforcements. Yes, we do. Jackiefish sending over some Ironfoot warriors. Oh, now we got trolls, and Arnor is sending in some militia. So they're just using sheer numbers here to get through. This is great. I love this. Look at that. All those trolls coming across. Oh my god, the great stampede of the cave trolls, or the mountain trolls. Just walking right past the dwarves, and they're gonna push towards the archers who are giving suppressing fire. Actually, some Muhan tribesmen. Oh man, the Serpent Guard are now closing in, trying to cut down these mountain trolls. Might actually save the day with those Serpent Guard. Let's head back over to the other side where we also have a nice clash of infantry. Rune was actually very careful of not sending in too many men. That way they can avoid as much friendly fire as possible. So by sending in a small group of men, it caused the Dol Amroth to actually have to hold here. And by holding, he's blocked up all his troops, and they're getting it's raining on them. It is raining with arrows, and it's disgusting. Blood is splattering everywhere. Men are screaming out for their mothers in horror, and it's a sad sight. It's a very sad sight. And now we've got the cleanup crew. Oh my god, look at this. The great forces of Gondor. That is just, look how cool that is. So many troops on the battlefield right now. It looks so good. So yeah, they're gonna storm cross this land bridge and continue the good fight over at the shores of CAIR Andros. Alright, so back here, the dwarves finally push back the aggressors. Arnor actually setting in some men-at-arms to take, oh, the friendly fire though. Oh man, very unfortunate. Lots of artillery in this, and you know, artillery can be a double, it's like a sword. It has two sides. It can hurt if it hits your own men, and that really hurts, because now Arnor is actually going through that gap. Very unfortunate. Oh, there we go though. Very good hit there. That will redeem the catapult crew, but I mean, whose catapult crew is that? Oh, it's the dwarves. They gotta be feeling pretty bad. They're like, oh god, we just killed like 50 of our own brothers. But now they fixed it. Oh, go. Yeah, they're getting really good hits on Arnor. Arnor is just losing so many troops right now to halberds and artillery fire. Back this way, the defenses are crumbling, guys. All we have are Serpent Guard ready to hold and embrace this great force from Gundabad. And Gundabad is going to send over some Guardians of Kharan Doom to go after these Ironfoot crossbows. The crossbows, though, are going to hold their ground. I don't know if Jackie Fish realizes that his skirmishers are getting chewed up, but I think this is like, well, the dwarves are actually holding in the water. So they still have some defenses here, but it's gonna crumble fast just because the flanks are exposed and the dwarves will soon be surrounded on multiple fronts. Let's go back over to the other side here, where now Harad has sent up some reinforcements to help hold against Gondor. And you've got to give credit to the swordsmen of Dol Amroth for they're still in the battle, guys. They're still in the fight. Even though they took on some really excellent warriors, they've been taking on thousands of arrows. Thank God they're not getting, pelted down by arrows anymore, because the archers are more focused on the Muhad tribesmen, so they're kind of absorbing that. I've sent in some heavy goblin infantry because Gondor is starting to surround. Look at this. So both sides are crumbling very quickly. And we can't commit too much to one spot in this fight. We've got to really spread out our defenses and get the attackers to really exhaust their ammo. We got to get them to waste their ammo on our weaker troops. That way, when it's time to for the more elite troops to fight, they will have no answer for them. And that's really our strategy. It's a battle of attrition. We're trying to grind them down and eventually beat them up. Grind them down, beat them up, You get it? Because you go down and then up. Kind of works. It's kind of cool. But yeah, it's not looking great over here, and I think pretty soon they're going to break through. We do have some militia, some Dol Amroth militia joining the fray. But with all those golden boys and all the silver boys, they're going to break through my rusty boys, my dirty silver boys. There we go. Here comes militia, trying to reinforce my goblins, my gobos. Back this way, the dwarves are still holding. I sent in some heavy goblin infantry to support the dwarves as well. And I think at this point we call the red alert. Now, when I use the term red alert, that means retreat. That means give up the position. We're going to lose this very quickly. And okay, so like in siege battles, this is really important, guys. And oftentimes I see newer players make this mistake. When you are defending like the outskirts of a city and there's multiple spots you need to be defending, if one spot crumbles, you've got to retreat to inner defenses. Everybody, even if you're winning on one side, get out of there. Because if you don't, that spot of where you lost in the defense, the attackers will just push through a bunch of troops and surround the other choke points in your siege battle. If you get what I'm saying, it's kind of hard to explain without a visual. Basically, let me show you here. If they break through here, just for example, let's say we're winning here, but if they break through here, then they're going to be able to surround us and just destroy this defense. By the way, we're not holding here. We're getting chased down. Rune is chasing us down, running down my archers. Archers are a very important element to siege battles, so I'm going to try to keep them alive. But if the time comes where I need to throw them into melee to protect the rest of my comrades and my allies, then I will do it, and that's what I did right there. I'm going to throw them in and just slow down these runic swift blades. Now, the swift blades aren't actually that great. So they're not going to exactly like butcher my archers, but I've got to save that trebuchet. Trebuchet, artillery, very important stuff. And you can see the forces falling back, and we're now going to defend the outer perimeter of the inner fortifications. I'm saving my trolls, I'm saving my catapults. We've got a lot of good stuff here. I do have some crossbow goblin forces that I'm going to be saving here. I've got my elite forces back here of the Blackwatch Legion. These guys look terrifying. Now, not only do they have skulls, but they have 2 skulls on their armor. So yeah, double trouble there. Anyways, let's get back over to the bloodshed here, where the urban warfare is just turning into a stampede of golden troops running down our men. So just like that, we have lost the outer defenses, and I mean, we felt the wrath. When we were playing this live, we were feeling pretty confident about it. We're like, you know what? We're doing pretty good. I mean, we almost felt sympathy for the attackers because the bridges were really tiny. They're really thin. They're hard to cross. But we didn't know about the land bridge until it was too late. And we're like, oh, crap. Now we have no sympathy. I don't feel anything for these attackers. Screw them. But, yeah, unfortunately, well, yep, they've broken through. The dwarves are breaking. And over here, this is hilarious, guys. Jackie has some Ironfoot halberds. I've also sent over some goblin infantry to support them. These guys, they're not quitters. Now, whenever you're thinking about quitting something that you don't want to quit, but you're like, man, maybe I should just quit. There goes the general, by the way. I believe that was Harad's general. Unfortunate. I think. It might have not been. Actually, I wish there was a notification that would pop up. I'm not sure whose general that was, but this cav is actually running down the Witchers. You guys know the Witchers. You know, they shoot like flaming balls of justice. You gotta take them out. They can take out armies alone. So that's why J-Monster is sacrificing his serpent bodyguard. And I believe it was J-Monster's general who died. Now we got some Swift Blades coming in to try to support the Witchers. And we also have some Warg Riders storming in. So basically the attackers are kind of just forming up their armies. Very, very unpleasant sight. My Goblin infantry is surrounded. They're not gonna last long against the battle-ready Dunedain. And the dwarves still hold true. About to kill these Witch Realm Scourge Raiders. And we'll head back over to the center of the battle, where I've got some heavy Goblin infantry. I threw them into the fight. I'm gonna slow down all the advancing attackers and just try to buy time for my allies to get out of there and reform. I know, I'm a noble ally. I know it. I have such armor, or honor, not armor. So here comes the rest of the parade as we, again, we get ready to defend this outer perimeter. It's a nice location. There's like, I think there's like 4 or 5 choke points. There's like 1 there, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's a lot to defend, but we didn't want to just, you know, hide in here. We want to put out an outer defense, you know? We got to protect the city the best we can. So we'll head back over to this struggle here, where the goblins, my goblins, going toe-to-toe with the Swift Blades. So the balance of power is actually, you know, it's looking pretty good. It's looking really good. We've killed 43% of the attackers, and we've lost 39%. Not exactly the best ratio-wise between the two armies. Now, the attackers, I'm pretty sure, had more troops than us. They had more money. But I think we're doing okay at this point, you know? And here comes the Ironfoot Halberds also joining this fight. So he's just kind of throwing in some, like, really depleted troops, just making it difficult for them to pass. And again, I sound like a broken record, but what we're doing here is just buying time. We're not going to win the battle by doing this. We're just trying to kill as many as we can. Uh-oh. We got some Gondor Citadel archers with the big old swords. Oh wait, no, they don't have big old swords. Never mind. It's just the arrow things, the quiver, right? The things that hold the arrows. What? I'm having a brain fart. You know what I mean. We're about to be surrounded though by some Arnor militia and a angry stampede of warg skirmishers. So here we go. Yep. See, this is the problem. You got to be careful when defending these inner streets, because you can easily get surrounded. Again, we weren't planning on winning this one, but it sucks to see our forces get surrounded like that. And now the warg, let's see, where are the wargs going after? They could be trying to go after these Dol Amroth archers who are still making their way to the inner defenses. Actually, no, they're not. They are not. Oh man, my goblins, a unit of 123 are breaking. God, goblins are trash. They're terrible, man. That sounded weird. But yeah, they're awful. They're god awful. And more rune forces charging in. They're gonna close it and make sure none of my goblins here survive. Arnor closing in with some troops as well. And I believe this is where the next phase of the battle is going to happen. I believe it slows down quite a bit as the attackers continue to push up more and more of their armies. You can see they've got plenty, look at this. They've got plenty of reserves near the banks of the river, the east and west. More golden boys, more artillery pushing over this way, getting ready for the final fortifications of CAIR Andros. Hey, sorry to butt in like this. This is Editing Apollo. I just need to explain something really fast because I wanted to do something new with this video where instead of just completely cutting out the boring parts, I would show you them but super fast forward, and then over that, I would do a commentary of what's going on. Unfortunately, my editing software does not like that. It just freaks it out. I don't know, it's weird. So I need to explain what's going on in between the two cuts. Basically, the attackers have surrounded us. They've been harassing us with artillery, and they pushed up their artillery, but it's very vulnerable. There's not a lot of defenses around it. So Jackyfish gets the idea of charging them. So we all agree to charge forward and face the enemy. All right, so that's I'm done here. Editing Apollo's gonna go away, and enjoy the battle, guys. So Jackyfish, he's leading the charge. We've got the Serpent Guard. This Serpent Guard has been running around all day trying to get to this artillery. Now, they are trying to work together. The catapult crew of the dwarves are making their way. They might be able to reach this Oh, they're using meat there. Now, meat can actually, it can kill units if it's a direct hit. You can see, yeah, you saw a dwarf die there from that hit. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Also, it weakens their morale. And look at this. Here comes the rest of the forces. The dwarves are fully committing here. They're pretty much sending everything they have. This is risky because, well, he's sending his army to his death. But if they can take out the artillery, it will be completely worth it. Now, with the catapult crew and the knights here, the Serpent Bodyguard, what they're basically doing is making sure the catapult crew of the enemy forces do not escape. They're making sure that they are stuck in this little courtyard of the city, and now the dwarves continue to march. This is fantastic. Well done. Nobody expects a sally out quick charge by the dwarves, but people often forget. Oh, there goes the dwarven general. That sucks. People often forget that dwarves are natural sprinters. So yeah, more and more forces coming in, and they just lost all of this artillery. Now the crew's starting, well, they saved some of the crew, which is unfortunate, but yeah, we're gonna fully just push and hope for the best here. This is really unheard of in siege battles. You don't see this too often, so I'm actually really happy that this is going on because it makes it really exciting, and it's something unique and new. And then now we've got some Dol Amroth archers flanking around, trying to hold back the enemy. Archers pushing forward as well. Oh, there we go. Yeah, surrounding these swift blades and the dwarves in their black and silver armor. Love it. They're pushing forward. We do have a lot of archers in the back reserve. I got my heavy goblin archers trying to put down some suppressing fire. I think I sent up some units as well. Maybe not yet, but I know I've got units on the way. I know I've committed units to this fight because there's no way I would pass this up. In fact, I was all on board. I don't know if it was J Monster or Jackyfish. One of them had the ideas of just charging in because their artilleries didn't have any support. And as soon as someone said that, I was like, yeah, let's do it. I'm going in. So I will be here in the battle pretty soon. Oh man, look at that. Look at the scenery of this fight. Fantastic. Well done. Just the epic scale of the siege is unbelievable. I love it so much. But now we've got some elite troops, some guardians of Karn Doom holding against the Dol Amroth men-at-arms. And we got more and more of gone. Oh, here we go. My mountain Uruk pikes. That's right. I send in some pikes to join the fight. So this is really good. The runic forces are blobbing up, making it really easy for our archers to just fire down and get some great kills. Fantastic. Fantastic. So we got them right where we want them. Now, over on the other side, there's actually some stuff going on over here too. So we had some wargs try to sneak in. I sent over my snow trolls to deal with that. Gundabad sending over some really elite Witch Realm Hunter Guards. So I was actually really surprised that he would continue to try to, attack here. I'm going to go ahead and send over some heavy goblin infantry and some snow trolls to help defend against these guys. Here goes the Snaga archers going in as well. So a nice fight here. I'm trying to set up archers up here as well. You know what? Actually, I think I sent out... You see where there's like dead wargs here? They were chasing down my archers and I had to retreat them into the city. It was very unfortunate. Also, look at this. This is such a shame. This was so annoying. I was trying to get my catapult out of here. They just wouldn't do it. They're getting focused down by a bunch of arrows. Oh my god. Screw you, Arnor, Zach Almighty. Taking out my artillery, you bastard. So yeah, that was a bummer. I didn't even use it yet. It's got full ammo, you know, full of boulders, whatever they use. And look at them, look at them. They're like, let's just keep going back and forth and continue to die to these arrows. Like, great idea, orcs. This is wonderful. A great way to lose a battle. Very frustrating indeed. So as that, you know, the center fight over on the other side is going on, this battle is going on as well. And J-Monster's sending in some reinforcements just to get some more bodies over here to defend against these hammerers. My trolls are doing the best they can. The best they can. Alright, so yeah, my catapult crew's dead. Just, that's enough looking at that. Very frustrating. And we're actually pushing them back here. Well, kinda. We're kinda thinning out now. But we caused them to really blob up a lot of troops, which is getting us a lot of archer and javelin kills. So that's fantastic. Back over here, I think the dwarves are kind of getting cut down, but the dwarves are sending in hammers. They're sending in hammers. The hammers of Gundabad. Ready to kill the orcs of Gundabad. So we got some bitter revenge going on here. Fantastic. Capital. I love it. So the hammerers are going to do quite well, but yeah, we've definitely taken a beating here. I've got my my pikes are still in the fight, supporting the dwarven advance. The Ironfoot warriors. Just a blob of orcs. It's so great that the orcs of the Misty Mountains can look past the feud with the dwarves and they can work together. Why are they working together? I don't know. I don't know. You guys can come up with a backstory. That would be fun. But yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But just go with it. Just flow with it. You know? If it doesn't make sense, just go with it. So Arnor is getting his pikes surrounded. So Dol Amroth's sending in more of their troops. We got more javelins coming in from Harad. And we have the Erebor infantry closing in. So Jackiefish not giving up on this fight. He's going to keep on sending in the troops. I was a little bit more careful. I didn't want to just, you know, send in my complete army. And we actually have the Guardians of Karn Doom retreating. They're like, oh my god, the dwarves. The hammers of Gundabad, too terrifying. I think he's just falling back with his allies. So, yeah, he's just falling back, joining forces with Gondor and Rune. Just arrows whizzing by, I love it. This is like Medieval 2 is so fantastic in that regard. Just the chaos of battle really captures it pretty well. See, we got my archers up here. Still alive, still kicking. Still putting up the good fight. And then meanwhile, this fight's still going on. And the hammerers are not even interested. They slaughtered my trolls. Arnor is now going in with archers. It's closing in on my heavy troll infantry. And of course the Southron warband. But the hammerers are going to try to take advantage of this little gap here. I think this is when we just like, oh, we're going in. We're falling back. My pikes have taken a lot of damage. You can see my pikes are right here. They took some arrow damage. We've just got to fall back because we're sitting ducks out here. And now that one of the flanks are open, this is going to be a big problem. So we need to fall back, get everybody inside. But this is it, guys. This is all we have for defense. We've committed so many troops out here. Jackiefish committed all of his troops out there. Every single dwarf fighting to the death. They were probably thinking, man, I don't want to live in this battle where I'm fighting with the orcs in the Misty Mountains. We're just gonna fight to the death. I don't know. I think another reason Jackiefish charged in all his men is just because his battle was so long. He's like, I'm just gonna take a break from this. I'm gonna send everybody in and just walk away from the battle. So yeah, we're actually defeating them here, and they've got to send in some axemen to reinforce their lines. Dwarves really pushing on this right flank more and more. My god, That's a lot of baldies coming in with some axes. Still reinforcing. It's great. I love the fact that there's 2 critical battles going on this map. Like the city's so large that there's so much going on. It's fantastic. Just wish Warhammer siege battles were a bit like this. But with the modded maps, Warhammer siege battles are pretty cool. They're pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. The hammerer's still chasing down my heavy goblin crossbows. I'm gonna get them out of there. Yeah, unfortunate. So my archers are out of position once again. Get them out, and I think they're gonna be surrounded here. The Southron Warband. Very unfortunate for them, but they will be surrounded and cut down by giant hammers and the swords of Arnor. Or the flames of Arnor. So my crossbows falling back. Over on this side, we're just preparing to form up, getting our defenses ready. Dolo Amroth falling back as well. Cool thing, guys, look at this over here. I've got, remember the Berserker Trolls? The 4 that survived against the Troll Slayers, or the Berserker, Orc Berserkers? Look at it, I'm keeping them right here. They're just watching over. They're enjoying the battle. They fought their fight. Now they can relax and enjoy the fight. The rest of the fight. So, yeah, you can see a lot of blood just spraying up over here as Rune and Gondor continue to fight the good fight and tried to take this position. It's a bloody struggle, but as time goes on, we're running out of men. Gondor, well, you know, we've killed a lot. We got some nobles. Nice. Going in, let's see, some veterans of Osgiliath, excuse me. Some clan crossbows. So they're pretty low on troops too, I would think. I think they're very low. So it's gonna be an even matchup. The balance of power, look how close, look at that. This sally out, most of the time when you're defending and you sally out, it's disaster and it's something you never want to do. But in this case, I feel like we've killed more. Like look at the percentages. We've lost 63, they've lost 66. So this kind of turned the tide of battle, this charge out here. I think it's just because we blobbed them up so much and the arrows have just been racking up kills. Getting tons and tons of kills. So the brave soldiers of Dol Amroth, the men-at-arms, they're doing quite well. They're trying to hold. It's a little confusing on the battlefield. Gondor, Dol Amroth, I guess they broke apart. No longer fighting as one. Dol Amroth didn't like the taxes, I guess. We'll just go with that. They didn't like the taxes of Gondor. They're sick of paying for their wars. So yeah, that our sally out force is crumbling basically. I think they're just really firing down so many arrows on these forces that it's hard to continue to hold this position because we don't really have any archer support here, not whatsoever. And we've got some Witch Realm pikemen flanking around and going for the dwarven crossbows. They're gonna try to retreat and get out of there, but yeah, see that was smart of them. Finally sending over, like they should have done that in the first place. Sent over reinforcements to flank around, go around this little pathway and surround us. But finally they're doing it. And I'm kind of glad they waited because we were able to rack up tons of kills. So good job there. Good job there. So back over here, I believe things are kind of fizzling out. We've got the victorious orcs of Gundabad who broke through my defenses. They're now kind of feeling the wrath of my skirmishers. I'm setting up some archers. We're prepping up the men in the inner defenses. We've got some really elite troops in here who have not seen any action. Again, we were smart. We're saving the elite of the elite, like Swan Knights, my Black Legion. We got some halberds, lots of skirmishers, the Trollmen of Harad. We're waiting, and we'll be ready. We'll be ready, dang it. And unfortunately, the men fleeing for their lives will be cut down by the orcs of Gundabad. Cringe. Yeah, the Ironfoot crossbows, they're dying. The swordsmen or the Erebor infantry, They're really good, so they're gonna fight to the death. Also, along with them, they've got the Hammerers of Gundabad. So they're dying in good company, and they're definitely putting up a good fight, a really good fight. Osgiliath, the veterans from Osgiliath, are now charging in. Coming in to support these axemen, the nobles. Boom. There you have it, guys. There you have it. Fantastic. Yeah, the crossbows, amazingly enough, are still fighting. That's impressive. But overall, this sally out has been destroyed, but I totally think it was worth it. 68 to 70. Really good job there. Oh, wait. I'm an idiot, guys. Holy crap. Guys, don't listen to me. You're probably leaving a comment. We made the percentage kills closer. That's actually worse. That's actually worse. Because we had a much greater, like, difference. You want them to be far apart, not close together. I'm an idiot. So you guys are probably gonna leave a comment like, you're an idiot, Apollo. And I'm like, I know, I'm sorry, I can't help it. But yeah, by sallying out, we actually lost a lot of our percentage and we made it a closer game. But still, I think we've killed a lot and I think it was pretty important. So yeah, anyways. Arnor and the rest of the forces are marching into position. This is going to be another moment where we fast forward and we wait for the final stage of the battle, which is when they lay siege to the fortification, the inner fortifications. All right, so here we go. Arnor is scaling the walls. It's a little glitched out, but it works. You can see they're still getting up on the walls. I do have some Blackwatch Legion. They were prepared for this, and they're now gonna fight for the walls here. You do not want to lose your walls, not in this situation, because the walls are so close to the town center that if we lose them, they can use them for their archers and just fire down on our men. So we have to fight to the death to defend these walls, and that's why I have my Blackwatch Legion. Now over on this side, I actually have a lot of archers, some crossbows, firing down and killing some of the troops over here. I think we took out his catapult, and I'm also focusing down the veterans of Osgiliath. And it's funny, because the player, he was like, oh, Apollo, you're wasting your ammo on killing a catapult crew that doesn't have any more ammo. I was like, well, actually, I was going for the veterans of Osgiliath. So now we don't have to deal with them. So my crossbows, this is a very important unit. They're gonna rack up a lot of kills, guys. And it's important to really watch what they fire at. You'll see later on in the fight. So yeah, the gate's been destroyed. We're still holding off against Arnor. This is really good too. Like, their timing is terrible. This is a critical, like, this is a huge mistake for the attackers, because when you attack a defense like this, you need to be attacking on every single breach point. Every position where you can attack, you must go for it all the way. The fact that Arnor is going in alone and his allies are just sitting back here watching him, this is great. This is fantastic. And you can see the percentages are getting further away, which is better, of course, which is better for us. Not closer, I'm an idiot. But yeah, it's further, see, it's 71 against 77 now, because my one unit of Blackwatch is destroying multiple units from Arnor. Also, I've got some javelin support from Dol Amroth, just kind of firing over here, getting some kills. So great usage there. Great job. Fantastic. And I'm also firing a lot of my arrows over to this big blob of troops. My archers are, let's see, where are my archers? They're back here. I think a lot of them used up their ammo already. I think my crossbows are actually, yeah, look at this. Through that little fast forwarding phase, look at all of the Arnor archers I killed. I don't think they had any ammo, so it wasn't that big of a loss for them. But now I'm focusing all my crossbow fire on this Arthedain men-at-arms unit. Look at this, more and more of them coming up here, but that's okay. We still have plenty of troops to hold them back. And then my crossbows, look at this. What are they firing at now? Oh, they're going after some Sapphire Bladesman. It's a Javelin unit. He was actually going to send this unit up to skirmish down the halberds. But I was like, no, not today. My crossbows are up here ready to go. Ready to fire down. And then, of course, you can see in the background, he's retreating his halberds, getting them out of range of these guys. And look at that, my crossbows are chewing them up. They're chewing them up. See you later, alligator. So yeah, they're gonna now run away. I think they're actually gonna get closer to the walls. So that just shows how critical. That's why you always save some archers for late game, because moments like this where you can take out really critical enemy units, and hope that they never return. Very nice. Back here, what's going on? Oh, what the heck is going on here? I guess we had some South Run archers run out and just, you know, kill some people. Not a big thing there. They mostly got slaughtered. But we've got more forces kind of forming up here. They're getting out of range of these crossbows. I'm now focusing my crossbow fire on the clan crossbowmen who are firing through the gate. We actually have J-Monster charging out some trollmen, but that's going to scare off the clan crossbows. And of course, with the support of my crossbows, it's going to help them out. We actually have Dol Amroth charging out some militia to deal with the Bladesmen, which is excellent. We're really punishing them for trying to be, like, you know, sitting back and using their skirmishers. You know, it's a good strategy, but we're really trying to punish them for it. And I'm resetting up my crossbows so they can fire down on all of Arnor's men. Arnor is not sending troops through the gate. He's not really supporting this advance either. So yeah, this is looking great. This is looking really good. The indecisiveness of these attackers, we're just completely taking advantage of. And look at this, the 4 orcs, they're still watching. They're like, hey, what's up? Yeah, this battle's turning out to be a pretty good fight. We're enjoying this one. Nice. All right. So really, the juiciest fight right now is this wall battle. I love the background scenery of the city over there. It looks great. But my Black Watch, it looks like they're losing, but they're actually doing just fine. They're just, you know, it's just a lot of numbers on this wall. Javelin's still supporting. My crossbows are also firing. Look at this. Look at this point of view. You can see it so clear. All those Arnorian, Arnorian infantry up there. Fire crossbows. Not a lot of them are firing, but it's better than nothing. You know, a great kill zone there, just really racking up kills. Alright, so the skirmishing still going on here with my crossbows. More and more troops are just getting close to the walls, just trying to use it as shelter. And as we kill more and more of Arnor's army, because Arnor honestly was like the healthiest army at this point, but as he continues to go in alone, we were like, you know what? We might sally out again. If this keeps going on like this, if Arnor just keeps sending his men to the death, eventually we have the advantage and we could sally out and just end this battle before they even properly charge in and attack us. So I think that was like our strategy going into this. Trebuchet in position here. He might be trying to get some good shots. Like, look how far away his men are. Look at this. So many troops so far away. And that's really it, guys. I mean, they don't really have much of an army anymore. Back over here, Arnor, like I said, Arnor had the healthiest army, but look at this, sitting here, stationary, like, just dead. Look at all these dead men from arrows. Just, it's a sad sight. You've got to go in on multiple flanks. That way, archers won't be able to focus down your troops like that. But yeah, Arnor's pretty much screwed there. And things are looking good. Things are looking really good. Just for time's sake, we're going to speed it up. And I'll just kind of talk about what's going on. So we actually have a siege tower. They're sick of my crossbows. They're so sick of them. So they're going to send up the siege tower and try to deal with them. I'm going to try to get my crossbows out of there. Come on, run, run. There we go. They are now running. And my ally, J-Monster, will go back to normal speed. J-Monster is setting up some trollmen to help defend this wall. Again, you don't want to lose it. And here comes the veterans of Osgiliath going up the siege tower. And we also have some wardens of the White Tower headed over this way towards the gate. So great job there. Very nice. It looks like they're finally getting ready to attack us, which is good because we're just sitting here waiting for them to make the move. But it's taken them forever. It's taking them for a long time. More troops coming in. We've got some Camul's Shadow Guard, an excellent unit. They might be actually charging through this opening. Our defenses are kind of sloppy here because we're avoiding arrow fire, and they are actually going to commit to the fight. So we're going to throw in some troops, try to quickly close this gap. Finally, the siege is starting to begin once again, basically. And I've got some heavy goblin infantry. Actually, you know, I was thinking about charging these guys in, but I was like, nah, there's too many troops over here as is. I'm just gonna let the troll men and the halberds deal with this. So a great struggle. I felt like we did a pretty good job of closing in here and making sure they don't break too far in. They are actually pushing through the halberds, which is a little surprising. Are they going through the gate? No, Arnor. So we thought Arnor was going to charge in, but no, now he doesn't want to go in. He's sitting back and letting his allies charge in. So you can see that you can see why it's so important to charge in together as a team. Because if you don't do that, things like this happen and they just get, you know, these forces get focused down, and we save so many lives just by focusing on one area instead of multiple areas. It's crazy. The fight over here on the walls is underway. It's a pretty nasty fight, but it looks like it's in control of the trollmen of Harad. There's just so many trollmen. And they are sending up more troops. We got the Gondorian winged swordsmen. Wow, I've never seen them before. That's pretty cool. I don't remember these guys. And it looks like they're also sending in some Witch Realm pikemen as well. So yeah, they're committing a lot of troops to this wall. Just desperately trying to take it. Still nothing going on here. The trebuchet still firing, trying to go for our back ranks. Maybe they're trying to take out, oh, I think they're trying to take out the ballista here. Oh man, look at that city in the background. That looks so good. So the ballista is actually firing and going after the trebuchet. It doesn't look like the shots are landing. It looks like most of the shots are actually hitting the wall, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe the siege towers are in the way. Not too sure. But Arnor still not charging in, letting his allies just get focused down. And now it's up to the Camul's Shadow Guard to break through this defense. And they're gonna need help. I mean, there's a lot of defenders just waiting for them. Oh, the gate is open. How did they open the gate? Was that on purpose, or is... Well, I guess some units got really close by it and just, okay, that's weird. All right, cool. All right, gate's closed now. Thought Gondor was gonna charge in, but nope, not gonna happen. Instead, he's gonna go through the breach point, the Wardens of the White Tower, or at least he's gonna have them in reserve for the breach point. There we go, there we go. Arnor, is he? No, no, he's not going in. Oh man, the indecisiveness of this attacking force is unbelievable. And I think pretty soon we're like, okay, I think, yeah, we might sally out here soon enough. Now Gondor's charging in, sending in his Wardens of the White Tower. The balance of power finally is shifted in our favor. The difference in percentages is much greater now. 86% of the attackers have been killed. 75% of the defenders have been killed. This is looking really good. The gate is open once again. I don't know why, but now we've got troops charging through it. They're finally going to take advantage of that, and they're going to push through, try to get their men up there. I've got my crossbows up where the orc berserkers are. Unfortunately, they used up all their ammo, but that's okay. And my army's pretty much, I mean, I still have like 4 units left at this point of the battle. Now we're actually, here we go. Here we go, guys. This is actually where we decide to sally out. Oh my God, troops just flying in the air for whatever reason. It's just the charges, I guess. And, oh, there goes a general. That was Gundabad's general. So yeah, we decided to sally out. I've got my Black Watch going down the ladders to face Arnor. If he's just gonna sit back, then we'll charge out and bring the fight to him. There goes the great sally of the winged Swan Knights. Very nice indeed. And back here, we're still fighting the good fight. Still fighting for this breach point.
The battle is very much in our
Some
favor.
Camul's Chosen going in, ready to face the Coastal Wardens. So we're fighting on all fronts basically, but this is looking really good. Oh man, the fact that, look at that push. The Swan Knights pushed them back so quickly. And also the fact that we've got these troops flanking around my Black Watch. It's a rough day for Arnor. They're sitting by the walls. They're like, all right, man, any moment now, we're gonna charge up these ladders, and then boom, out of nowhere, they're like, oh crap, they're attacking us. This is not good, not good. So it's working out. The sally out's working out. He is sending in some reinforcements, some dismounted Dunedain to support this fight out here. I think the tower arrows, arrow towers are firing down and supporting the struggle down here. But yeah, it's looking really good for us. I've even sent in some goblins to get a taste of man flesh out there. The fight's actually closer. There's a good artillery hit. Fight's actually closer on this side, but I still think we're gonna win this one. With all these reserves here, like there's no way they're gonna be able to push through this defense. And we're gonna sally out through the gates. I've got my Black Watch leading the way with some Dol Amroth archers taking on the Camul's Chosen. And I'm pretty sure, let's see, I think Rune has those like really deadly wrath, like crossbow, they're called like Dragon Wrath crossbows, where they can fire like a bunch of shots at once and fire comes out of their crossbows. They're really nasty. I think he has some of them, so we gotta watch out for those. But overall, this sally out, I think it's well worth it. I think we're gonna be able to close this battle with a great success. Ooh, that trebuchet, I don't know what it's going for. Oh, I think it's going for the Haven Guard, which is an excellent unit. The Haven Guard coming down the ladders to support my Black Watch as they're fighting the battle-ready Dunedain. Dismounted Dunedain Knights fighting shoulder to shoulder. They are pushing back our advance, but again, I don't think they're going to be able to turn this one around. Some really epic shots in this battle as well. It just looks fantastic. That struggle's still going on over there. Over at the gates, we are pushing back. Oh yeah, we're just using sheer numbers to kill these Camul's Chosen. A very excellent unit for Rune, but if they're outnumbered like this, they're getting surrounded. There's no way they can hold their own in this slugfest here. So yeah, thanks to the Trollmen, they're gonna be able to surround these guys and cut them down from behind. Here we go. Here's the Dragon Wraith crossbows. Watch this, guys. So we just won over here. We're breaking the pikes. What we need to do now is slowly charge out of this breach point. We just killed another general there. We need to slowly charge out because the Dragon Wraiths will tear us up if we charge out in one mass. So let's see what happens. I actually have some pikemen. It's a unit of, unit of 118. They're gonna quickly get over there and try to silence these guys. Let's see if they can do it. Look at the officer, he's kind of glitching out. He's like, come on, man, fire. But I try not to give him the chance. And I think he's in guard mode, and when you're in guard mode, you can still fire. Oh no, we caused them to not fire. They're now in melee. So that's gonna buy us a lot of time. Quickly charge in, men. Avoid the flames of justice. Get in there, kill them with your long pikey pokes. Pokey pikes. Whatever you want to call them. And the Camul's Chosen still, I mean, they're doing what they can in this situation, but they're just delaying the inevitable, which is death. But aren't we all? Aren't we all? So yeah, the crossbows are silenced, which is great. Unfortunately, his back row is still going to be able to fire. Check this out, guys. This is hot right here. You're going to get sweaty. More sweaty than a prostitute on a Tuesday. Here. Oh, it crashed. It crashed. Well, what a sad way to end this epic battle replay, but you know, we were so close to the end. There was no reason to go back, fast forward all the way through this like 2-hour replay. It felt like 2 hours. To watch us defeat the enemy. Really, that's all. Like, there's about 5 more minutes left in this battle replay where we're just hunting down the attackers. So we were able to sally out and destroy their forces. Now, thankfully, Jackie Fish actually uploaded this battle before me, so I just took a screenshot of the kills at the end. Unfortunately, again, we're not gonna be able to see the exact kills of my army, but you can see here that Jackie Fish got the most. The dwarves are so good. I think I was like in 3rd place for most kills, which is not bad for the Misty Mountains. And then we have all the attacker kills down below. So I want to give a big thank you to all the players and the mod developers. This was an awesome battle. I worked really hard on this video. Even though there was a lot of complications, it would be awesome if you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, share, and of course subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm really sorry about this ending. I don't like it either, but sometimes that's just technology for you. Things happen, but at least we got to see the best of the battle, that's for sure. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will certainly see you next time on the battlefield.